We're jumping straight into Ondas today. Everyone is watching the price action, but the real story is their massive pivot into a defense drone powerhouse and a mind-bending revenue surge.
Exactly. You're tuned into the Easy Money Show, where we make sense of the market's biggest moves. I'm glad you're with us.
Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button so we can keep simplifying these market moves for you.
Yeah, definitely do that.
So, setting the stage here for you all, our mission today is to really just simplify this massive, highly complex web of defense contracts.
Right. There is a lot of noise out there right now.
Exactly. And, we're seeing these massive cash raises and just explosive growth numbers around Ondas. So we want to help you understand what's actually driving all this sudden institutional interest.
Yeah, and to do that, you kind of have to start with the fundamental shockwave here, which is the revenue leap.
It's insane.
It really is. So just
Yeah.
looking at the preliminary numbers for 2025, they're showing full-year revenue hitting somewhere between $49.7 and $50.7 million.
Which, we really need to put that into perspective for a second.
Oh, totally. Because back in 2024, that revenue number was a mere $7.2 million.
Right. So jumping from 7 million to around 50 million.
In a single year. It's basically a vertical climb at this point.
Yeah, it's like a startup playing in the minor leagues, and then suddenly, literally overnight, they're in the major leagues.
That's a great way to look at it.
And we saw Q4 hit over 29 million alone, right? Which beat their prior guidance by, what, 51%?
Yeah, 51% beat just in that one quarter.
So I have to ask, what is the engine actually driving this acceleration? Is it organic, or what's going on under the hood?
Well, it's a mix, but you have to look at their actual product line. It's not just about building remote-controlled toys anymore.
Right. People hear drones and they think of, like, wedding photographers.
Exactly, but that's not what this is. Ondas has this fully integrated ecosystem. They're building FAA-certified autonomous drone platforms.
Like the Optimus, right, and the Scout.
Yep, the Optimus, the Scout, and the Raider. And that FAA certification is a huge deal.
Why is that the differentiator here?
Because it means the drones are certified for autonomous, beyond visual line-of-sight operations.
Oh, wow. So no pilot on the ground with a joystick.
Exactly. But the real moat, the thing protecting them from competitors, is what powers all this hardware. It's their proprietary FullMAX wireless tech.
Okay, let's break that down for the listener because, having a smart drone is cool, but other defense contractors have autonomous vehicles.
Right, they do.
So what actually stops a railway or a utility company from just buying a cheaper drone from someone else?
It's the network. That FullMAX tech operates on the IEE 802.16t standard.
That sounds incredibly technical. What does that mean in plain English?
Basically, it's a highly secure private wireless network. Once a national railway or a defense network adopts this end-to-end nervous system, they are locked in.
So it creates incredibly high switching costs.
Exactly. If you want to switch to a competitor, you can't just buy a new drone. You have to rip out the entire network, the ground sensors, the aerial nodes, everything.
Which would be incredibly painful and expensive to do.
Oh, a total logistical nightmare. Nobody wants to rip out a working nervous system.
Okay, that makes sense. And speaking of the whole nervous system, we need to talk about their recent M&A activity.
Yeah, the strategic acquisitions have been massive.
Right, because they're bolting on these different capabilities, like they acquired Roboteam and Aerosystems.
Which expands their capabilities from just the air to the ground. They are building end-to-end intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance solutions. ISR.
And that brings up the big headline-grabbing partnership, right? The one with Palantir and Worldview.
Yes, that is a massive piece of the puzzle.
They're calling it Stratolite ISR. But simplify that for us. What does that actually mean for multi-domain defense by 2026?
So Worldview builds these high-altitude balloons, Stratolites, that literally float on the edge of space. They act as permanent, unblinking eyes in the sky. They gather insane amounts of data, beam it down through the secure Ondas network to the drones and ground robots.
And then Palantir's AI comes in to process it all.
Exactly. Humans can't process data that fast. Palantir acts as the brain, identifying threats instantly and deploying the right robotic asset.
That is wild. They're essentially covering every operational domain space, air, ground, all at once.
Yeah, and building that kind of infrastructure is not cheap.
No, I can't imagine it is.
Which leads us to their war chest. As of December 2025, they had a staggering pro forma cash pile of over $1.5 billion.
Wait, 1.5 billion.
Yeah, and that was supercharged by a massive $1 billion capital raise they did in January 2026.
Okay, so that raises a huge question for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you listening too.
What's that?
If they are sitting on $1.5 billion in cash, why aren't they buying back stock? Why no dividends?
I get that question a lot.
Right.
But you have to look at their long-term vision. They are completely ignoring dividends right now, so they can aggressively reinvest in expanding their portfolio.
So they're just feeding the machine.
Exactly. They're feeding a backlog that actually just surged 180% to $65.3 million.
Wow, 180% jump.
Yeah. And having that stack of legally binding contracts waiting to be billed provides incredible visibility for their future free cash flow.
Okay, so the growth story is massive. But looking at the flip side, it's not all just upward trajectories. Let's break down the friction points.
Yeah, we definitely need to look at the costs here.
Because the bottom line is kind of ugly, right?
Yeah.
Despite this huge revenue surge, Ondas is projecting a 2025 net loss of like $52.8 to $53.3 million.
It's a significant burn rate, yes.
So I had to push back here.
Yeah.
Is burning over $50 million just the necessary cost of doing business when you're scaling defense tech?
Yeah.
Or is this a massive red flag?
It's a valid concern. The biggest danger right now is what you'd call corporate indigestion.
Indigestion from all the M&A.
Exactly. Going out and acquiring companies like Roboteam and Aerosystems is one thing. You just write a check.
Right.
But successfully integrating all those different engineering cultures and software stacks without delaying revenue, that is the real hurdle.
Because if the ground robots don't talk perfectly to the aerial drones, the whole system fails.
Yes. Execution risk is extremely high right now.
Which might actually explain some of the baffling price action we've been seeing.
You mean the drop after the recent announcement?
Yeah. Like Ondas scored a $15.8 million demining order from Israel.
Okay.
And that's part of a broader $30 million program.
Right.
Plus, they beat revenue estimates. The news is objectively fantastic. But the stock actually fell. Why does that happen?
Well, it comes down to trust and volatility and just neutral market sentiment overall right now.
Break that down a bit.
Sure. When a company is doing massive capital raises and signing huge partnerships, quantitative trading algorithms and institutional buyers often price those expectations in way ahead of time.
So buy the rumor, sell the news.
Exactly. So even when the underlying news is genuinely good, the stock can consolidate choppily because those early buyers are taking their profits the second the press release hits.
Right, they cash out, which pushes the price down even though the company is fundamentally doing well.
Yep. The market is just holding its breath, waiting for absolute proof of execution.
So that brings us to what we actually need to watch over the next 30 days. These upcoming triggers.
Oh, the catalyst calendar is packed.
What's the biggest date circled on your calendar?
March 25th, 2026, no question.
The earnings report.
Yeah, earnings drop right before the open. And the market is looking for two very specific things.
Okay, which are?
First, absolute confirmation of that $50 million revenue beat we talked about.
Right, they need to see the audited numbers.
Exactly. And second, the market is hyper-focused on the highly anticipated guidance for 2026.
Which is rumored to be massive, right?
Yeah, the target range they've teased is $170 to $180 million.
Going from 50 million to 180 million. That is, I mean, that's astronomical.
It is. And if management can mathematically prove exactly how their backlog guarantees that number, this stock is going to re-rate aggressively.
And it seems like some people are already betting heavily on that re-rating.
Oh, you saw the options activity.
Yeah, the speculative whale activity is wild. Someone just swept up a massive block of March 27 calls.
At an $11 strike price, right?
Exactly. So just 2 days after earnings, they're betting on a massive post-earnings breakout.
Yeah.
What do these institutional players see coming?
Well, they're zooming out and looking at the macro tailwinds.
The bigger picture.
Yeah. We are seeing constant FBI warnings about domestic drone threats.
Right. It's not just a battlefield problem anymore.
No, it's critical infrastructure, stadiums, you name it. And that is driving a massive global sector rotation into defense tech.
And Ondas is perfectly positioned for that, aren't they?
Exactly. Their specific counter-UAS portfolio that's anti-drone tech features the Iron Drone Raider and this incredible Centrix technology.
Wait, how does the Centrix tech actually work? You can't just shoot a drone down over a crowded stadium.
No, kinetic weapons are useless there because of the shrapnel. Centrix operates in the electronic warfare domain.
So it hacks them.
Basically, yeah. It detects the rogue drone, severs the signal to the pilot, takes autonomous control, and forces it to land safely in a secure zone.
Oh, wow. That is straight out of a sci-fi movie.
But it's real, and it's what defense budgets are pouring money into right now.
Okay, so let's wrap this up and give everyone the final lowdown on the setup here.
Sure.
We are looking at a company that is transforming from a $7 million operation into a total defense juggernaut.
Aiming for $180 million in 2026.
Right. And they're armed with $1.5 billion in cash, backed by Palantir's AI, and building an unbreakable proprietary network.
But facing the ultimate test of execution.
Exactly. They have to prove they can integrate all these pieces without stumbling.
Which makes March 25th the most important day in the company's history.
So keep your eyes on that date. And I want to leave you all with a final lingering question to ponder on your own.
Lay it on them.
When a tech company essentially weaponizes a billion-dollar balance sheet to build an all-seeing autonomous drone network, are we just looking at a stock play? Or are we watching the foundational rewiring of modern global defense? Think about that. Stay sharp out there, and we'll catch you on the next one.